I'm going to be ranking fruits and Bloxfruits for PvP in preparation for update 20. Before we start with the actual video, we are going to just remove all the unusable fruits for PvP, which are Kilo, Spin, Chop, Spring, Smoke, Spike, and Falcon. Now that we have that out of the way, let's start with the actual tier list. Now first off, we are starting with the Flame fruit. Now it's going to stick in D tier. Now Flame is a good fruit for grinding, but it's not really a good PvP fruit. That's why it's so low on the tier list. Next up, we got Ice, and Ice is at B tier. Now Ice is one of the easiest, if not the easiest fruit for PvP. It has a very high chance of carrying your bounty. But Ice does have a big drawback, and that is the fact that it's a really ground-based fruit. Literally, all you have to do, if you're lucky enough to not get comboed, is just jump high enough and try to not get hit by the enemy's other abilities. Next up, we have Sand V2, and it is going to be at B tier. Sand has good stuns and it has good combo potential, which puts it up to B tier, but it's a little hard to use depending on what platform you're playing on. Next up, we have Dark V2. Now Dark V2 is going to be at the A tier. Dark is a good fruit for sword mains. It has amazing stuns, it's easy to use, which opens up a lot of great combo potentials, and that's why it earns the A tier spot. Next up, we have Revive. Revive is obviously very unusable. I will say though that it has a pretty good kind of perk, which is that if you die, you get revived and you have 50% of your health back onto you, and everything else is basically normal until you die again. Next up, we have Diamond, and Diamond is going to be at D tier. Now Diamond is an okay fruit for PvP just because honestly it's like a mini Buddha, right? So Diamond when encrusted can reach up to 47% when combined with full body aura, but even still it's lower than Buddha, so it just basically sticks at D tier. Next up, we have Light V2. Now Awakened Light is obviously going to be at the A tier. It is now one of the unexpected good fruits for PvP because of how the enemy debuffs and its V2 skills combine to make good combos. It's a good fruit, especially for Buddha spammers. They get so annoyed so bad because of slows and the disarms of this skill. Next, we have Rubber. Now Rubber is going to be at D tier. To be honest, the only reason why Rubber is in D tier is because it has pretty okay skills, but its perks and its mobility honestly for now is like really bad. I don't know if they're going to change this next update or in future updates, but as of now it's a super slow fruit overall, except for of course the slingshot skill. Next up, we have Barrier. Now Barrier of course is also unusable. Barrier is really just a troll fruit. It's basically like just playing with Legos, and even still I think Legos could do more damage to you. Next up, we have Magma. Magma is going to be sticking at C tier. Now Magma is pretty okay with PvP. The damage is actually pretty insane, but the thing is the skills are a little ground based. It's not super ground based like Ice, but all the skills has a high chance of falling short if the enemy's like too far off. So it has good damage but pretty bad range. You know, it's also kind of, you know, really slow. It's not kind of slow, it's actually really slow. So because of that, it's gonna stick at C tier even though it has like insane damage. Next up, we have Quake. Now Quake is a C tier fruit. Quake honestly could be in the B tier, but putting it in B tier just doesn't feel right to me, so I'll just put it here. Quake V2 is very powerful, like the man, the myth, the legend, Whitebeard. It has good combos, good damage, but doesn't really have any mobility moves. Plus some of the moves are pretty easy to dodge. That's why it's in C tier. Next up, we have Buddha. Buddha, as much as I hate to say it, Buddha is going to be in the A tier. It is still one of the best PvP fruits in the game. Even if it's spamming, you know, it's still PvP. Yes, there are counters to Buddha, but then again, there are also smart Buddha users. That's why it lands a spot in the A tier. Next, we have Love Fruit. Now, Love Fruit is going to be at the B tier. Love Fruit, I gotta say, slowly creeping up to the higher spots. Nothing much to say about it other than it's a really solid B tier fruit. Spider, we're gonna put it A tier. Spider V2 is a very powerful fruit as of now. The combos are good, AoE and range is good. I mean, it's the full package. It's getting slept on so much right now. Y'all should start using this fruit for PvP. Next up, we have Phoenix. Now, Phoenix V2 is going to be placed at the B tier. The Phoenix is an okay fruit for PvP, and it's an even better support fruit. It has good combos. It's a mythical zone fruit. Yeah, I mean, nothing much to say about Phoenix. It's just that there are other better fruits instead of Phoenix. Yeah, that's why it's in the B tier. Next up, we have Portal, and Portal is going to be at the S tier. Portal is an absolute monster of a fruit. The mobility is insane. The abilities are amazing. The combo potential is absolutely amazing. Portal fruit is the most versatile fruit in the game as of now, and I can say that with 100% confidence. Next up, we have Rumble. Rumble is going to be in the S tier. Rumble is an amazing fruit for combos, especially for sword mains because of its stuns, and the F ability is just an insane perk for mobility. You could stun people left, right, and center and still be able to move so fast. Like literally. This is one of the best fruits for bounty hunting too. So yeah, Rumble is going to be placed at the S tier. Next, we have Paw. Now, Paw is going to be at the B tier. Don't get me wrong, there are good combos for Paw. It's a good like sword main fruit. It's just that there's many better options compared to Paw with regards to PvP, and putting it in B tier honestly is very generous. It could definitely be a C tier fruit, but let's just put it at B tier. Next up, we have Gravity. Now, Gravity is gonna be a D tier. Gravity as of now is pretty unusable. There is potential, but unfortunately it's just not reliable at all. Hopefully they update the Gravity fruit, they do some reworks or whatever just to make this fruit like usable. It's a mythical fruit and it's barely getting used. They have to change something about Gravity. So yeah, as of now, Gravity is gonna be a D tier fruit. Next up, we have Dough. Now, Dough is gonna be at the S tier. As all of you may already know now, Dough is one of the best PvP fruits in the game. It's used by a lot of bounty hunters. Even people that aren't bounty hunters, they use it. Some skilled players may use it from time to time just because of how easy it is to use. But yeah, this is a fruit that's definitely used because of how easy it is to use, and at the same time how powerful it is. Next up, we have Venom. Now, Venom is going to be at the S tier. Venom undoubtedly is one of the best PvP fruits in the game because of its versatility, great abilities, great combos, great passives, great everything. Because of that, it just hits it in the S tier. This is a proven and tested model. You could go anywhere. Venom is very, very good in PvP. Next up, we have Control. Now, Control honestly is gonna be at the B tier. For me, Control has to stay in the B tier for now because yes, let's say there is some form of combo potential, but it's a circle. It's super slow. You can just get out of the force field and stay there. But obviously, everybody's heard by now, Control's getting a rework. But as of now, it's staying in the B tier. We can't really judge a fruit's skill level. I mean, that's the point of the video, for us to judge the fruits as they are now, and then we can judge it again after. Next up, we have the Spirit Fruit. Now, Spirit Fruit is gonna be in the S tier. Spirit Fruit's in the S tier because of its powerful abilities, good variety of combos, overall solid fruit, nothing more, nothing less. Now, I gotta say, I got a little sidetracked. Now, let's just get through these remaining fruits out of order. So next, we have Bomb Fruit. Bomb Fruit is gonna be at the D tier. Now, the Bomb Fruit, honestly, the only reason why it's in the D tier is because it was reworked and it made it so that the Bomb Fruit isn't really useless anymore, unlike these other fruits that are very bad for PvP. Still, you know, Bomb Fruit's pretty bad, so it's gonna stay in the D tier. Next up, we have Blizzard, and it's gonna be placed at the A tier. It could be lower, but my gut feeling was that it's closer to A than it is for B, so I just put it in A. But yeah, overall solid fruit for PvP. If you know what you're doing, you could get a lot of kills with this. You could get your bounty up. It's pretty solid. Next up, we have the Shadow Fruit. Now, Shadow is going to be placed at the A tier. For Shadow, if you practice a lot, it could definitely make it up to the S tier level, but if not, it's staying in the A tier. Shadow is a solid PvP fruit and is currently rumored to have an awakening, which is still unconfirmed, but the chances are pretty high considering that we have these leaks from Twitter. We can only guess where it's gonna take Shadow, but the most probable event is for the Shadow fruits have better skills, more powerful skills, therefore more valuable. Yeah, Shadow's a decent fruit if you know what you're doing, if you have good aim. That's why it's in the A tier. And now, of course, we have the Dragon fruit. Dragon is going to be at the S tier. Now, Dragon as of now is not very versatile, unlike some of the fruits in its tier, but the combo potential still carries it to the S tier, even though the Dragon combo is one of the most overused combos in the game. And finally, we have the Leopard fruit. Leopard fruit will remain at the top of the S tier. It is the best fruit for PvP, but of course, this only holds true if the player knows how to use or has had enough practice to do justice to the Leopard fruit's abilities. It doesn't get easier than Leopard. I mean, there's of course Buddha, but Leopard can easily beat Buddha any time of day. And that is the end of the video. Just a quick announcement, I am doing a portal fruit giveaway at 100 subs. All you have to do is like this video, subscribe, leave a comment, and join my Discord. Hope you liked the video. Peace.